everyone, welcome to the next review, and today we are going to review the Banga race foil. This is the foil that Maxime Noche used to win the World Championships in Qatar the end of last year. It's a very fast race foil, and I'm having lots of fun with it at the moment. First of all, just get into what you get when you buy it. The package comes with a box that's purpose-built for traveling, so all the bits fit in there nicely. I really recommend it if you're traveling around with the foil because it is sort of a bit of a complicated thing to travel with, to use that box. And it's quite nice of Banga to supply that with it. You also get a set of custom covers. They fit perfectly snugly over the wings. They're not really useful as universal covers because they're specifically made for the wings here and the mast. The mast cover has a small little pocket in there where you'll find your tools, screws. They actually supply you with some extra screws, which is great, and an extra insert for your tuttle box screws. Also included was some 75 and 125 micron tape. As you can see, I put some here and here to make the head fit perfectly into the box. Specs on this thing. It's quite light. It weighs 2.3 kilos put together with screws and so on in it. If you get it with the adapter plate from Banga, that weighs a kilo. So together with the adapter plate and the foil, you're looking at 3.3 kilos. The mast on this one is 1 meter long. The fuselage is 60 centimeters long. The front wing is a very high AR anhedral wing with a span of 66 centimeters straight tip to tip. And it's got a 10 centimeter chord. The back wing, also very high aspect, is 40 centimeters tip to tip and 5.5 centimeters center chord. The distance between the front wing and the back wing is 43 centimeters. Okay, let's talk about construction. It's a full carbon foil. Like the mic slab foil, it is a single piece bottom section. So your flight section, as I call it, your front wing, back wing, and fuselage are all molded together. They're all connected as one piece. It can be ordered either with a tuttle head, which I've got on here, or a deep tuttle head, which is just slightly bigger. You can also order it with a plate adapter. This will add another 10 centimeters to your mast, which will allow you to go at a higher angle and get you over the chop. So especially for like guys racing and doing long distance, it's really good to have this. I mean, this one is made out of aluminum. It's pretty heavy. Like I said, it's about a kilo. There are some other brands also that make a carbon version of these, which are a lot lighter. I had a custom made one, and that's only about 400 grams. All right, now let's talk about performance. I will be sort of talking about it in relation to the mic slab quite a bit because that's sort of the nearest competitor to the Banga. All right, speed. Obviously, it's a very fast foil. And especially in light winds, it is extremely fast. Compared to the mic slab foil, when you're foiling in under 15 knots, this has a higher angle and is just faster on the VMG. Yeah, it's about 1.5 knots for me faster at the same angle in the same conditions as the mic slab. As you get into higher winds, this is where the mic slab sort of overtakes it. And then it also comes down to skill level a little bit. For me, over 15 knots, once you get to 25 knots, when you start using smaller kites like 11, 9, 7s, and it gets wavy, the Banga slows down a bit. It's not much. You're talking about like 1.5 knots here somewhere. But it just doesn't feel as comfortable as the mic slab does in these conditions. And yes, it slows you down because you're not as confident. However, in flat conditions, this sort of balances out. I actually managed to get over 40 knots with this one day in a gust in some really flat water. So it is definitely possible to go extremely fast with this foil. Pitch stability, 9 out of 10, meaning very stiff. It means that it really resists changes of pitch at high speed. It allows you to go extremely fast downwind. Yep, and that's obviously important for racing. Roll stability, about 8 out of 10. It's very stiff. It really resists the rolling moment, which is great in maneuvers. It really lets you go through a very wide, large radius tack, and it stays really nice and stable and flat. The yaw stiffness, again, also great. It really resists yaw. Really important when you're trying to blast downwind at high speeds. Yeah, it doesn't try to start surfing or anything like that. It just goes full speed in a straight line like it's on tracks, pretty much just like the mic slab does. The stall speed is extremely low. You can go very slow into the maneuvers. It's not quite as low as you would say like for a pure beginner foil or something like that, but for a race foil, the stall speed is amazingly good. Again, that translates to it also very early start when you're starting to fly. So again, in really light winds, this foil will get up and flying a little bit earlier than the mic slab, for example, which has a slightly smaller wing area, which then is a slight detriment in those light wind conditions. So let's talk about the comparison between the mic slab and the Banga. Right? In an optimal world, if you're racing at the moment, the way things stand, you would want the Banga for the light wind and a mic slab for the strong wind. Now, why is that? The Banga has a very high aspect front wing. It's 100 square centimeters almost bigger than the mic slab wing in general surface area. This basically makes it lift more and obviously then in lighter winds at slower speeds go higher into the wind and at the similar angle actually go a little bit faster. However, in stronger winds, chop and so on, it is not as stiff as the mic slab, and also the bigger wing, it gets slightly less comfortable to ride, and obviously if you're not as comfortable, you start slowing down a bit. This would also explain the discrepancy like in races like in China, where on the strong wind days the guys with the mic slab foils were killing it, and then on the light wind days the guys on the Banga foils basically destroyed the guys on the mic slab foils. So in testing now, this is pretty much what I've found also the same thing. The mic slab is almost unbeatable at the moment in strong winds, and the Banga is almost unbeatable in light winds. Okay? Just some general things. If you do buy one of these foils, be prepared, like on any carbon race foil, that you're going to have to put some work in on the finishing. These foils come with minimal finishing, so there will be pinholes on there. They won't be 100% perfect. My one had some pinholes on the side of the mast. You paint it, you filler it, you sand it. Banga recommends that you sand the leading edge up to about 1,000 grit and the trailing edge, sort of the back half of the mast and the wings, with as rough as 400 grit. This will prevent any air bubbles from traveling down the mast and causing serious ventilation. And then again, remember, you have to do this on race foils if you want the maximum performance. Obviously, you can ride them straight out of the box, but they won't be perfect and race ready. I hope this gave you a bit of an insight to the Banga foil. Remember, if you like our content, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the water.